Hello again, this is Dr. Mia Luth, and it is still Sunday, August 18th, 2026. And my last video got cut off a little bit. That's okay. What I was getting at before was, does anyone ever wonder what happens if angels can go on strike? Well, some of you don't understand some things, and you're gonna have to learn whether you like it or not. And the people who are stuck and can't, like, there are some people who need a certain kind of help, but they swear they don't. And, well, you're gonna get it anyway, but this is more like a health update. So, yes, I'm sitting outside smoking a gross cigar. But yeah, I have to be in the hospital for a couple of days after I have surgery on August 31st. And so after that, that'll be it for me. Lozenges, I can't use the patch. I have a dermatological issue, and I can't use the gum because I have a gum issue. So, lozenges it is, because, I was able to do it cold turkey a couple times, but I always kind of, started smoking again. So, I know, I don't need lectures, you don't need to tell me. A lot of my issues, though, I get my CT scan every year of my lungs, and, given other health situations, it's something. Plus, these cost money, which I don't have a lot of. And I don't know why rich people think that stealing from poor people is a good idea, but you don't get rewards for that. I don't care who you are. That's what I'm getting at. I'm like, what? Like, somebody called me and confessed to trying to bullshit me about from Nigeria, okay? And then I said, if there was something I could do to help you, we can pray together, but that's about the gist of it. And yet still ask me for money. Do you think I'm a liar? This should not be permitted. United States citizens should be armed with the proper information, and law enforcement, should really do something about that crap. But for now, they're cursed, and if I curse them, then Michael smites them, so. Anyway, once I get moving again, it should take me about 2 weeks from August 31st, puts me in the middle of September, where I can start kind of getting back into so that, I'm gonna hold off on getting a new shoulder, because I need to get some more x-rays and imaging done on another part of me, because I don't know, I may need a new knee before I can get a new shoulder. I don't know, but I'm starting to slowly start gearing back up for ice hockey season, the NHL. I do take breaks, because if I don't impose breaks on my own self, I quite literally, I won't go to doctor's appointments, I'll barely eat, I have to do this. I'm so, into ice hockey that it just kind of takes over my life, and since I don't get paid, it does cause issues. often. Anyway, but I am starting to gear back up, and the major activity now going. They'll have preseason games toward the end of September and into October. Right. So when I say, is it October yet? Well, it's just because some of us are just like, I just want hockey all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have dreams about it. I wake up from a dream and I'm like, hey, I want to go back to sleep. I'm like, oh, that was a hockey dream. Yay. Anyway, yeah, so I now have stage 2 kidney disease. Some of that happens, diabetes, medication. I'm subject to hyperkalemia because of one of my medications, so that could put me in a cardiac incident very quickly. And since there's really no home test that I can take to, check my potassium levels, I have to just kind of not take in a lot of potassium. And so there's some medication that I could use for things like hidradenitis suppurativa, and which is just absolutely terrible. That's like, you gotta be like mentally tough to be able to get up every day. It is, okay? It's not from a lack of hygiene. I mean, lack of hygiene can make it worse, but that's not what it is. And they're finding out new things more and more, which is why the biologics are now being FDA approved. When I was using Humira, over 3-4 months, definitely like a 50% reduction. But that was too costly, so it stopped being covered, so I went without it for a while. But now there's Hadlima, which is a generic off-brand, which does the same thing, which is covered, which is good. But there's other things that have to do with like spirulactone. Unfortunately, some medications are potassium sparing, and that could kill me. So it's a very delicate, intricate little balance trying to stay alive. And I don't get a lot of help with that. I'm also disabled in other ways too. So picking on disabled people and bullying them and demanding shit from them, that doesn't make you anywhere close to a good person. Just so you know. And yeah, the keyboard cowards, like, no. You see, we don't want to call keyboard courage anymore. You want to know why? Because some people interpret that to think that it's a good thing, and it's cool. I can get online because I'm air quote shy, and I can no, it's just cowardice. Like Chevelle on their latest album sings a song about that, about something. I don't know what it's about. I don't ask. But to me, like, oh yeah, I know, the cowards. I get it. Yeah. So yeah, some of you online, if you're human beings, you suck pretty bad, and you need to take a good look at your own selves. Spend some time working some things out. Like, you gotta face the truth of you before you can try and tell someone else what their problems are. Or, you have to. You gotta do that work. And so, yes, I already did that a while ago. I faced my fears a long time ago. I did this, I did that. I am not an initiate, but by the way, I think there's been some confusion. And as I always say, is like, well, if you check with me, okay, I will try to clarify. Again, X.com is inhibiting my rights as a U.S. citizen because I was not threatening anyone. I wasn't promoting anything like, right. Yeah, I am. I'm coming after you with everything. X.com. It's a pretty shicey thing to do, to buy a company and then make people pay for things that they were getting for free. Alright, well, I have no interest in anything Elon Musk is doing, by the way. And if you guys want to jump on that train, all I can tell you is, that's the crazy train. Have no interest in Mars. There's a very good reason for that. I don't have any interest in AI. As a matter of fact, a lot of the AI creators are going to find out some very terrible news very, very soon. Okay, well, that's not progress. And it's not even lawful. So, again, what's happening on planet Earth is we are finding out who is above human law and who is not. Oh, but he does exist. And by the way, anybody who made deals with, air quote, the devil, okay, listen to me. If you made deals, okay, God doesn't deal. God doesn't do deals. Okay, there's some truth. And as I'm speaking, the people who need to see this are going to start seeing it, whether I put effort in or not. The algorithm is very unwise and rather stupid. Right, to cater to certain types of people. And it's like, well, if you want to cater to the lowest common denominator, okay, that way, then you're going to get what you're going to get. Anyway, okay, so I'm just gearing up, getting myself ready for Aisaki, and I am, next month I will be able to afford a box of hair color, which will not be this color. It will be Jet's color. What? It's alright, don't worry. I have to pee anyway. Yeah, okay. So I'm back in my new place of residence, and because of certain situations, and because, people think they're funny or clever, or, don't understand a lot, and they claim to be experts about all sorts of crap, and you believe all sorts of bullshit. Humankind. Yes, you do. Well, that's why if I were to choose a gift, like one of the, gifts provided by God, a spiritual gift provided by God for human beings, for me, now I know what males have thought in the past, right? It's written. For me, it would be Christ-like discernment. Especially for little children. Like, if you just knew, just by looking at somebody, to start crying and turn and run, and, you see what I'm saying? Anyway, so this is my new space. all on one floor, which is necessary for me. Unfortunately, falls are common. Yeah, so let's see. My workspace, my little studio space, and when I'm not using my walker. Joe with the camera thing. Okay, all right, here we go. I used this old thing, right, that was going to get thrown out as an art tray. I can put my paints and any other kind of thing, or music, or my soda, or any. I don't drink soda, sorry. Coffee or water or decaf unsweetened tea. On this, which is my walker. Now, I'm going to be needing it soon, so I can't. But when it's not in use, it's my little art table thing. You know, I can move it around on wheels, see, and that's the good part. I've been slowly working on a dragon. I'm trying to use paint that was donated, and instead of throwing it away, I like to upcycle, which is a newer term for some people. But I'm sure if you ask or you look online, or right, somebody would probably be able to tell you. So I've been working on this guy. And me drawing the dragon freehand was particularly amazing in the first place. Okay, that's why some people look at it like, oh, it's crap. I'm like, yeah, well, for me, though, whew, that's a pretty good dragon. But I did find a big bag of these, which would otherwise be thrown away, and they're like little, like, they're sort of like sequins, but they're white, and they're, and so I plan to put them as like scales. So this one's taking me a while, because I stop and start. Of course, here's something I put in the local art show, just because they like to, you know, use people with mental health issues to, right, show everybody how good and kind and wonderful they are. And basically they use us in all the wrong ways, which they're going to have to come to terms with soon, okay? But yeah, it gets cross-stitch, and the reason I do things like that is because if you don't use it, you lose it. And with a neurological disorder, unfortunately, right. So here's another one I did. But you do get it framed for free. So this year I am going to do a song. I have my dead friend Doug's guitar over here. And I accidentally bought mandolin strings from Temu, but it's too much of a pain in the ass to... Now I need to buy a mandolin, so just... Right. Anyway, so yeah, and then my little corner here is someone was moving and left this chair out. So it's a nice little addition, because I had to furnish the place except for the couch, and they did manage to have funding to get me like a little table I can eat at. That's not here yet, but I needed to be in here first so that my physical therapy people could come and check out everything. See if I needed to go to a different rehab facility before I come back here, but I don't. So I have surgery August 31st, and in the afternoon on the 1st, I will be back here. This is something I painted, put in an art show. It's called Respite, but it's an ode to, even though it's acrylic, it's an ode to Bob Ross. I used some techniques that I had seen, happy little trees and what have you. So you can't really see it as well on here, but I like it. make my own art. Starving artist makes it a little more homey. Let me see. Here we go. Some planting. I plant from seed. So yeah, I do that fresh out of the garden. I got a garden here. We all try and pitch in. This one is like, didn't want to grow anymore, so I'm waiting for it to ripen. And this one fell off, but it was green, so if I let it go, though. Fresh basil up here. The kind of plant you can't kill, plastic. You do have to dust, though, your plastic plants. And yes, I have this golden pathos, and its originator, the Papa Pathos, was named Carl. And about 5 years ago, I took a clipping from Carl. And from there, I got other clippings, and I've sent Carl out to other people all over the place. So there's like Carl the 30th, and some of those people I taught, clip, you don't need dirt. Right, so if I were going to be in a biodome and I needed a quick forest, I would definitely write, because these things clone quick. Okay, I mean, not clone, but they, in a sense, but it's, you understand, you basically just need water, or you can just stick them in the dirt, they'll root that way. But you can keep them in water for a while, and they'll keep growing, and you can just take a cutting, sometimes even if it's just one leaf, it's a little harder, but you have some foliage real freaking quick. And the good thing about the golden pathos is that they let you know when they need water. They start to show signs. They can exist for a while. I mean, they will eventually if it doesn't get any water, but it kind of tells you. So, right, this is Carl the 31st or something. I don't know. And guess what, everybody? Guess what? Stitch butt. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't work out. Guess what? Stitch butt. There we go. I'm all stitched up. I'm getting all stitched up. Don't let this one fool you. No, that's not stitch. It's a quackle. I made a keychain out of it. It's a quackle. Listen, you gotta have some fun in life. When your life is really shitty, right? Anyway. So, yeah, I'm ready to get back into rhythm of the National Hockey League, particularly the Winnipeg Jets. And like I was saying before I got up and left because somebody was coming, I try not to get anybody else on camera unless they know. It's midnight blue was the closest color I could find to the color that the Jets use their home jerseys. So I'm going to be dyeing my hair. I haven't done that in so many years. I lost count, but I have enough money to buy 2 boxes. So I'm hoping I can, ride the season with Jets hair, because I am technically in Broad Street Bully territory, and to be honest with you, given that I was the only hockey fan I knew for years on end growing up with my family, a lot of that did have to do with the fact that Cal Ripken lived 20 minutes away, and everybody loved baseball. Okay, I learned a shitload about baseball. My parents kind of lost interest though after there was a strike in the 80s, I think. and family problems. But me, I'm the weirdo hockey fan around. And so I don't see rivals when I see Flyers fans. I'm just happy to see an ice hockey fan because I'm surrounded by baseball and football fans. So I don't mind a Broad Street Bully fan walking around. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody needs to get Stinky Cheese. I call Daniel Briere Stinky Cheese. It's like a little love name, right? Like, yeah, you guys do some outreach here in the armpit of Maryland, Elton, Cecil County, because they're around. I have yet to see a Jets fan out in the open, but that's okay. I'm used to it. But it's nice to see a hockey fan. So even if it's a Broad Street Bully fan, even if it's the Flyers, right, I'm still like, to me, not rival, just friendly hockey fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, we can chirp each other and other stuff, but essentially, hockey fans, you know? I mean, I've always been surrounded by baseball and football fans, and you know, some say NASCAR is more important, but some say basketball. Any which way, right? So I won't be giving my specific home address, but I do have a street address that anybody can send anything that you might think I might like. Just as a reminder, I don't get gifts from family because they're all dead. All of them. Okay? Like, where are all the generous, charitable people? I got some things to say to the Vatican, point blank. I don't know why Catholics are the way they are, but holy moly. It's hard to find fruits of the Spirit in any of them I've encountered. And they like to give me shit like nobody's business, okay? Which is just unacceptable. Considering the same Jesus, I don't care what denomination anybody thinks I am. You know, that's why I say non-denominational, a clergy. You understand? Right. Yeah, well, there's some clergy you need to sit down and shut up. Because what you're teaching some people, oh, you're going to get it. If you think, if you're trying to play Russian roulette, like, oh, okay, all right, oh, you think that an adversary is going to protect you from, wow. Anyway, so I'm just doing a little tour real quick. It is one floor. This is very nice, and the benefit here is that I can be a little more self-sufficient and independent now because I have a washer and dryer, and at some point in the next year they are going to make this bathroom into a walk-in shower. So, because I've had issues falling into bathtubs and smashing up myself. Yes, this is what happens when you have a neurological disorder. Some of you rock and rollers, like, see, here's the thing. Like, I concentrate on music and other things in the summer. I do, so I take some breaks from some hockey thinking, but not for very long. And because I don't have X.com anymore, because I got suspended, because, right, some unknown jackalope, yeah, I'm not using that I'm not going to say that because that's just too nice a term, right? Yeah, hockey bench coach language to you, whoever you are, Daddy Ranky, okay? Fuck you, LA. Why don't you come and fucking say it to my face? What about you, X.com? Can't even talk to a goddamn person. Like, you're obnoxious beyond obnoxious. And you're breaking constitutional law. And I was trying to use my no-fear whistleblower protection, by the way. And you want to cut me off? Right. Because why? Because your fucking AI is an idiot and doesn't know what the fuck they're doing? AI does not run this planet, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get to decide human laws. And I'm 100% sure the Illuminati owes me an apology. Until such time, lights out.